Hey everyone, Tammy here. I figured we might as well get this mouse finished up. We have the little feet on it. The legs are all on it. It's been all tightened up. All we need now is to put the top coat. Well, we're going to put the finishing touches anyway. Let's do the mouth and the nose next. We need a little bit of black. I take that and turn it in my fingers to create this really thin strand. Just like that. Now I'm going to use a needle and I'm going to set that. I actually want to set it right in like that. Now I had said on yesterday's video that you would want a little bit of black for the nose, but we don't really want black for the nose, we want pink for the nose. And we don't want to put the nose on until the very last thing. And the reason being is it's going to cover that area right there. I'm going to take it a little bit that way. You kind of get it, right? We're creating a little mouth and nose on there. I mean, a little mouth and the line that goes between here, underneath the nose, to where the mouth would begin. Now, that's just my way of doing it. I've seen other people that have just put a little spot there and called it good. And I guess either way is just fine. Oops, where did I put my scissors? I'll use these big ones. I don't usually use these. See those little hairs that are sticking up loose? I'm going to trim those right off like that. I'm going to take a little tiny bit of pink and we're going to create the nose. You have to manipulate things all around to get it to work the way you want it. Not cute. And next, I am going to put the ears on. And oh no, I'm going to put a little bit of black on for the eyes. Like they're sleeping. It's just going to be a little thin line going on each side. And I will tell you, in all honesty, this is the hardest part for me because, well, trying to get them so that they are equal is really tough. Sometimes my mice have eyes. One's up high, one's down low. Thank goodness they're asleep inside that pod on one side. So nobody really knows. Nobody but the creator. Me. Just like that. Just creating this little thin bunch of fiber. I don't know if you can really see that or not. And then I'm kind of looking to see where I laid the other one. And I'm going to lay this one hopefully in about the same area. But like I said, you're never really looking at it. Once it's all, if you do get it a little crooked, I normally fasten mine down with either a little E6000 or hot glue. So you never know. Oh, that one don't look too bad. I think I got it about the same. What do you think? My little mouse's eyes look about the same. And then we keep tucking it and tightening it, because as you're working with it, that neck will tend to loosen up. And as you stab that, that tightens, and see how it holds it in place? And it gives it that effect. You want that little effect where the mouse is sleeping, curled up in a ball. Alright, next I am going to, let's put the tail on. We'll use this littler tail. And all we're going to do is just sit it. See where we brought those legs together? That's where our little bum is starting to start. We're going to set that tail right there, between there, and then we're going to stab her into place. Well, I'll tell you, if you have any kind, that's one thing about this particular type of art, or craft, or whatever you like to call it. You ever got any frustrations, or having a day where you have some deep thoughts going on that, well, this is definitely a tension and stress releaser. See, isn't that cute? Now, I don't like how round that little bum is, so I'm actually going to push that down a little bit. It's going to get covered, but I want it pushed down just a little bit so that it's not sticking out there so much. See how much nicer that is? It's more balanced between the legs. And then the little tail is all set, so let's get the ears on there. Now the ears are probably the easiest thing. Remember we did those with felt and we put a little hot glue in them? So now we're just going to take a little bit of glue and we're going to fasten them on. Now it doesn't take much. You don't want to goop the glue on. Remember, you're working with fiber, and once it's stuck on that hair, that's where it's stuck. And the ears are definitely what starts to wake it up. And not every fiber artist agrees that you should use glue on anything like this, but I do because I think it's a lot easier. I have felted out flat ears and tried to adhere them on there, and I've done the whole routine, and this is so much simpler. And this ear looks a little bit bigger than the other to me, so I'm going to take and mellow that down just a little bit. I mean, they're not going to be perfect, but I want them close enough that they look like they belong on the same mouse, right? Yeah, that's better. I don't get rid of fiber. Every little tiny piece. That could be a nose on another mouse, so that doesn't go anywhere. That'll go in my little bag. All right, now we're still not done. Now we have to put the top coat on, but can you see everything's starting to come to life? It's starting to look like a little mouse. Now we just need to put a top coat on it and blend it all together to make it so that it's one little unit. Still don't like that. Just be careful though. Remember, if you start trimming and you trim too much, it's really hard to replace it. You can. I mean, you can replace it, but it's not an easy task. There. I'm liking that a lot better. A whole lot better. Alright, now this little mouse is going to be just like those. I'm going to put some gray on. So I grab myself a nice little swatch of gray, and I start off in little pieces, and I just start tearing it so that it's getting more blended together, I guess is how I want to say it, till I end up a little patch like that. And I'm literally going to cover the backside of that little mouse and start stabbing. By the time you get done, don't be disappointed if you're working on it and you're going, oh my word, this is taking forever, because it does. It does. There's a lot of time that goes into creating each piece, a lot of hours of stabbing. I've taken and broke it down for you because I've done it in sections off camera. I mean, I've showed you exactly what it is, but I didn't sit here and stab all the hours that I did while you were watching. I wouldn't be able to do that. And I honestly don't have the speed up. I don't have that kind of equipment. I don't even know how they do it, how all that fancy editing. I don't know how it's done. Someday maybe, but for now, it's good old rough cut. You're going to get me just the way I am. And this is it. Now remember, this needle, I am poking right along, but this needle will hurt if it gets you. And the only reason I'm mentioning it is because I have come close a couple of times just now. And it made me think, geez, I ought to be a little more careful. And see how that's covering that up really well? So you'd never even know that that's where the tail was underneath there. Then we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to blend it all together. And I would take, I've had them where I put a little black in there, so a mouse has got a lot of patch of a black in one place, or red or brown. You know, these little critters, they're all different colors. And they're a lot of fun. The more you get creative with them, the more fun they are, the cuter they are. See, isn't that awesome? I hope whoever is going to give this a try really has fun with them. There's so many things you can do with them. Like I said, I put them in everything. I even take little silk flowers apart and use them with them. I've made them so they slept inside a flower. Isn't that adorable? So many things you can do with them. They make really cute Christmas ornaments or little packages. Or here's another thing too, although I will tell you, it really does kind of kill me when people do it, but it's their money, and if that's what they want them for. I've had people that have ordered them for me so that they could have them as cat toys. They prefer their cats to play with something all natural than something with chemicals. And so, you know, I've made them up and sold them to them as cat toys. They pay me the same price as if they were buying them as an ornament. So there's a thought for you too if you really wanted to get into that. Now, when I get done here, I'm actually going to tighten this up a little bit more, but I'm looking at my clock and I'm on 15 minutes now, so I'm trying to go kind of quick. I'm going to tuck a little bit of this up around the ears. See, we don't want it to look like they're glued on. We want that all hidden, so we're just going to go around them ears nice and tight, and then nobody would ever know that you glued those on there unless you told them. Remember, the mouse is laying down, so it isn't like they're going to pick it up and be able to check it out that way either. And I do it even around the front. Just use little pieces, and you just tear them like that. Now, if you have any really long hairs that you don't like that are sticking up, go ahead and trim them off. But remember, they can be fuzzy. They don't have to be all smooth and flat looking. You want them to be as cute and snuggly as possible. There. Now, whoops, I'm working right off. Here's another thing I like to do, if you can get your hands on some. I like to get these little curls, these cute little curls. I use them on everything. I actually sheared these sheep, and hung on to all this fiber, all these locks just for this. I have 2 little totes right full of them. And I use them as whiskers, and I use them as little tufts, little curls on the tops of the mice. Like that. But that's it. That's how you do it. I wanted to get this finished for you so that you would be able to make your own, but it's just that simple. Then once everything's all done, like I said, I'm going to tighten this up just a little bit more. I still have some more to do on it. And then I'm going to go around and just kind of lightly trim all the long hairs so they're not poking up. See how much nicer that is? And then it'll just curl up inside that little pod and sleep. Isn't that cute? Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I'm at 21 minutes. Hope you were able to go ahead and complete your mouse if you are trying one. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and comment and I'll do my best to answer you. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you're a subscriber, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am almost at 400 subscribers. I am so excited. Thank you so much. I'm almost to my 500 mark that I've been striving to get at now for a while, and I appreciate it so very much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscription button, and don't forget to ring the bell. When you ring the bell, it's going to notify you when I put new videos out, and right now I'm putting a video out every day. I never know what I'm going to put out. It depends on what I'm working on at this time. I do a multitude of things, from foraging to crafting to sewing. Well, sewing's part of crafting, but you know what I mean. I do everything. I'm an herbalist. I work with my animals. Whatever's happening at that time. All right, see you in the next video.